All right, so the next pay-per-view is just around the corner, 2 weeks away. International Fight Week, UFC 317, and of course, in the main event, it is none other than La Leyenda, El Matador, whatever you want to call him, Ilia Topuria, the former featherweight champion, coming up to 155 and taking on Charles Oliveira. And if you ask Ilia Topuria, this is just a mere formality because he is going to touch the chin of Bronx. He's going to touch Charles and his chin will explode.
I feel so powerful at 155. I'm going to touch his chin and it will explode.
That is the confidence that he has coming into this fight. That's the confidence that he has going into every single fight. Remember when he fought Volkanovski, he changed the bio on his Instagram to the featherweight champion of the world. Now, of course, he's calling out Islam Makhachev because he ducked him, he ran away from the division because he doesn't want to face him. And yeah, he's going up against Charles Bronx Oliveira. And as I said, in his mind, it's just a formality. He's going to touch him, he's going to drop him, he's going to knock him out, the chin's going to explode. Whatever you want to call it, he's very, very confident of getting a finish. And I'm not surprised. Out of all of his fights, only 2 have gone to a decision. 16 wins, 8 submissions, and 6 knockouts. Now, 6 knockouts doesn't exactly sound like a knockout artist, but it's the people that he's beating, that he's knocking out in spectacular fashion that makes you say, whoa, hang on a minute. This kid is special. Of course, last time out, knocked out Max Holloway, something that had never been done before. Before that, knocked out Alexander Volkanovski. And some people might say, yeah, but he was just knocked out by Islam via a head kick. Who cares? He still got the knockout. Before that, Josh Emmett. That one went to a decision. But Josh Emmett is one of the toughest bastards on the UFC roster. Before that, he submitted Bryce Mitchell, and then it was 3 knockouts in a row. Damon Jackson, Ryan Hall, and Jai Herbert. Now, of course, Charles Bronx Oliveira is an exciting fighter, and he is one of the best in the division and one of the most exciting. But it's the exciting style that he has that would give me cause for concern if I was coaching Charles Bronx Oliveira. The way that he walks forward like a buzzsaw with reckless abandon, the not giving a damn attitude, it's beautiful to watch. It's very, very entertaining. Nobody will be booing when Charles Oliveira fights, okay? But it's that reckless style that might get him clipped. Charles Oliveira, as we know, he's got the most bonuses, most finishes, most...
5 minutes later.
Right? The man's excitement personified, but he takes a lot of chances. Ilia Topuria, on the flip side, he's clean, he's composed, he's calm, he's in the moment, the hands are high, the base is low, the head is moving constantly, and he's looking at his opponent. He's tracking him down across the octagon. He's using the feet to corral him against the fence. He's looking for openings, and then he explodes. And when he explodes, we know he's got big power. He might explode the chin of Charles Oliveira. Whereas Charles Oliveira, on the flip side, with the shooter box style, he's walking forward. The head's on a straight line, and he's just... the chin's a little up. He's throwing knees, he's throwing elbows, he's throwing everything but the kitchen sink, and we absolutely love it. But that's got him in trouble before, okay? Look at the fights he had, even with Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler had him in a bit of trouble. Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, great fights, tremendous wins, but it wasn't exactly one-way traffic. Charles Oliveira often finds himself in a little bit of trouble. That's what makes him exciting. That's what makes a great fight. When the UFC are handing out fight of the night bonuses, they're not giving it to the person that just steamrolls one person and knocks them out and makes short work of it. No, that's a performance of the night. The fight of the night goes to the back and forth action, and that's what Charles Oliveira is always in. We don't see that from Ilia Topuria. He doesn't get rocked. He doesn't take damage. He's very composed. He's very calculated, measured, right? The man just doesn't take chances, okay? He fights exactly like an Olympic-level boxing coach would want him to fight. What I mean by that is that the hands are high, the chin is tucked, his body is in form, he's never off balance, he's using a lot of feints, the head's always moving, he's setting things up, he's thinking with his mind, and he's not taking chances. He doesn't just walk forward and swing like a maniac, loading up with every single shot that he throws. No, as I said, everything is textbook. There's movement, there's little twitches, there's little feints. He's constantly thinking, he's constantly analysing his opponent and setting things up. And then when he throws, he commits. He throws in combinations. 1 to set it up, 2 does the job, 3 is the knockout shot. Mixes it up to the body, goes high, goes low, constantly moving, overloading his opponent's mind with a lot of distractions. And then, of course, when you combine that with the wrestling that he has and with the power that he has in the hands, yeah, he might touch the chin and it might explode. But Charles Oliveira, as we know, the man ain't no bitch. He ain't no bitch. And you better hope that it does explode, because if it doesn't, he's going to grab you by the neck. He's going to drop elbows in your face. He's going to knee you up the middle. And if you make one mistake, One mistake with Charles Oliveira, boom, it's over. Quick as a flash, he's throwing on a submission. Goga platters, omoplatas, triangles, reverse triangles, you name it. Heel hooks, knee bars, whatever, okay? You make one mistake with Charles Oliveira and it is all over. Now, with all that said, I am leaning towards Ilia Topuria. I think the power in the hands is significant. Of course, he has the wrestling to probably be able to stop the takedowns, but more importantly, he's coming up to 155. I say this all the time. Everybody should move up a weight class and stop cutting so much weight. Remember, Charles Oliveira used to fight at 145, came up to 55, reinvented himself, became one of the most exciting fighters, and of course was a champion. So it's not like Charles Oliveira is going to have some massive size advantage. Ilia Topuria, in the footage that we've seen online, he looks big, he looks bulked up, he's going to be able to hit harder, he'll take a better shot, the cardio is going to be better, and just all round, he will be a much more improved athlete. Everybody should move up a weight class. I've said this a million times. I won't go on about it. However, as I say, I'm leaning towards Ilia, but anything can happen in a mixed martial arts fight. But if Ilia does get the job done, then he will become a two-weight division champion. He will become a legend, and he will be calling out Islam Makhachev. He'll be talking all the shit under the sun. However, he might call out Paddy Pimblett. Remember, him and Paddy have a lot of history. Paddy Pimblett calls him the water bottle boy, the hand sanitizer boy, talking a lot of shit.
You know, when I saw him last time, he got a hand sanitizer bottle bounced off his foot.
I don't understand you or anything. Back in the flouty mouthy,
hand sanitizer boy!
And of course, Paddy proved himself last time out, went out there, beat Michael Chandler. Charles Oliveira's last win, by the way, beat him in spectacular fashion, beat him down, got the stoppage, and of course, Ilia said, that makes a very interesting fight. And of course, Paddy's popularity has never been bigger. So who's he going to call out? Because he's going to call out somebody. He ain't going to waste that time on the microphone. Ilia Topuria is a true professional. He knows how to maximize these moments. It's International Fight Week. The whole world will be watching. So you're not just going to say, hey, I'm happy with whoever the UFC give me. No, maximize the opportunity. Talk a little shit. Make your next fight happen. And will that be Islam Makhachev? If it is, he's going to say, listen, I know you ran away to the welterweight division, but when you come back here, you're probably going to win a fight. Will it be Justin Gaethje? By the way, Justin Gaethje says he's going to retire if he doesn't fight for the belt next. Or will it be Paddy Pimblett? My guess, it'll probably be Paddy Pimblett. And if Paddy gets a title shot, that'll just be incredible. Of course, there's a massive backstory. We didn't think Paddy Pimblett would be in this position, but he proved himself last time out. He took the slow road. He's improved every single time. And if Ilia calls him out, then of course he's going to want that opportunity, and it will be a sensational matchup. Anyway, I've got to go to set. It's the final week of filming here in Canada. Let me know who wins between Ilia and Charles Oliveira. Will he touch his chin and explode it? Will it detonate? Will it blow up? Has he got incendiary power in the hands? Does he have ridiculous power in his hands, or was he just knocking out smaller guys at 145? That's what people online are going to say, but still. And also, let me know who you think he's going to be calling out. Who he will defend against, if indeed he does even win the fight. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell. I will see you soon.